A tap on her shoulder brought Twilight out of her focus. "Twilight, it's getting late," Spike announced. "You should think about getting some rest." Twilight looked up from her writing, blinking. The day had indeed passed by, and the evening sky was deepening into the dark of night. Spike had graciously turned some lights on for her to see by, but as she rubbed her eye, she found that she was having difficulty keeping it focused. Yawning, she looked over at him. "Oh, thanks, Spike. I was so wrapped up in this that I didn't notice how late it had gotten." Twilight smiled at her and shook his head. "Twilight, if I wasn't around to make sure you ate and rested, you'd work yourself to death. You gotta get better about taking care of yourself." She smiled back. "That's why you're my #1 assistant, Spike. What would I do without you?" Spike held his hand up to his ear and asked, "What was that? I didn't hear you." Twilight punched him in the arm. "You know what I said, silly. Now help me up." Rubbing his arm in mock hurt, he moved around her chair to grab her staff. Reaching out his other hand, he lifted her from the chair with ease born of dragon strength and gently set her on her feet. She wobbled for a moment as her leg failed to fully support her, and he was immediately at her side, supporting her arm while handing her the staff. "Spike, it's okay," she protested. "I can walk, you know. I managed it to and from the house while you were passed out on the bed earlier." "I know," he fretted. "It's just that your leg doesn't seem to be getting any better, and it's been months." Twilight sighed. I know. There's not much we can do aside from wait and see what happens. The doctor said I should keep exercising it daily, or it won't have any chance of getting better." "But what if it doesn't?" Spike asked, worried. She drew herself up and was able to stand without his assistance. "Well, we can cross that bridge when we come to it." She proceeded to limp to her bed, Spike following her every step, concern plain on his face. She shooed him away with a look and proceeded to get ready for bed after he turned away. Easing into her bed, she pulled the covers over her as Spike turned out the lights and proceeded to lay there for a while, memories churning in her head until she was finally able to fall asleep.